Casey is Rog, and today we're talking about video games. And today I kind of thought about talking about my video games that I paid a lot of money for, or was worth a lot of money. I remember the very first one that I broke over $100 to pay for. And it wasn't fully paid by me. It was partially some gift money. I don't remember if it was birthday money or Thanksgiving. No, I mean Thanksgiving. Who gets Thanksgiving money? I mean Christmas money or whatever. Probably most likely it was birthday money. And I got my DuckTales 2. I think it was priced at $130. And that was a little cheaper because the end label was a little torn. Not too badly, but it does suck that my first expensive game I paid over $100 had a little label damage, but this was my first. Sorry guys, got a lot of credit. Expensive game I had to get was DuckTales 2 because to me that was my holy grail for a while, and I still love that game. I think I might have beat it, but I think I beat it on the compilation on the PS4. And I think I may use some save states, but I don't remember. I'm just saying, hey, they offer, like I said before, they offer options in the game, and I utilize it. Is it really cheating? But, so that was my first one, and then trying to remember what was pretty much after that. I know when I got to Oklahoma, I started picking up some more expensive games. Like, I picked up Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2, and that was up there. I think it was in the $100 range. And I'm trying to remember where I bought it. I bought it. I really don't remember. Trying to think. I know when I bought it, it could have been, you know what? I think it was vintage stock. That's probably where I think I bought it, was at vintage stock, and it was a okay deal at that time. Actually, right now it's a really good deal. But when I bought that, then I went to the toy store that I used to go to all the time that had a bunch of video games. They had the case, and they were showing off the game case, but they're like, well, we were thinking about holding on and get the game and sell it as a bundle. Like, it's like, dude, I just bought the game today. I just wanted to get the freaking case, and I think I paid way too much for the case. I think I paid $20, but I won the box. So, I have several expensive games. I would say probably one of the first ones that I have that's in the box that I bought that was expensive was Toxic Crusaders or Toxic Avenger on NES. what was funny, I try to remember where I might have posted on like Facebook or a Facebook group, and this guy was asking to buy it off me. I was like, sorry dude, no, I am keeping this one. Because I usually want to keep the NES games. Because NES games and Atari 2600 games and some of the real older games, I kind of want to collect the library. I don't care if it's even the garbage games. But everyone's got a price, because when I bought my Panic Restaurants, this is outrageous how I told this story several times before. So what happened was, I was in Pennsylvania, and there's a store called St. Charles in Whitehall, Pennsylvania. And I would hit that, I think, every Friday. And I think that's usually when I got paid. And, so I would go over there, and I saw something in the case, in their glass case, that I wanted. So, I was trying to look for someone to come and help me. God forbid someone come over and check, hey, you need help? So while I'm waiting, look around, I look over the counter, and I saw this crate of NES games. And I found out earlier on, that if you see something over the counter, or behind the counter, you're allowed to look at it. So I was like, hey, I want to look at that crate of NES games. Most of it had a bunch of commons. The one game I was thinking of picking up, I wish I did, was Lemmings. Because I hadn't seen it cheap anywhere anymore. And, but when I saw Panic Restaurants, how mint the cart was and how mint that label was, I was a little afraid that was fake. And when I looked down, it said $50. I was like, I'll take a chance, because if it's fake, I was like, yeah, if it's fake, I'll bring it back and get my $50 back. But, I'm shocked. I'm like, I hope no one knows what the hell this thing is. So I took it to the counter, and I'm sweating bullets at this time. So, got it. Of course, I can't reach no one. Can't reach any of my friends that are into video games. I can't reach my wife. I couldn't reach my brother-in-law. I was like, at the time, it's like, of course this happens when I found something crazy. Only think I tried to even call my mom, and I couldn't reach her. A lot of times, if I would tell my mom first, like, hey, I found something cool at the store at St. Charles, because I was, like I said, I was living in Pennsylvania, and she was down here in Oklahoma. So, I'm driving, and I shouldn't be doing this. I'm like kind of like staring at it every once in a while, and I just happened to look at the label, and it said Repro. and my heart freaking sank. I was like, fuck. And I was almost home too, so I was like, I wasn't going to turn around and do it there. I wanted to try a couple things. At the time, I didn't have a security bit. I don't honestly know where my security bit for the NES game right now. I mean, if I really want to find it, I can. But, so, I played it. It's like, it plays the game. So if it's a fake board, at least they got the right gamer on it. And I was, when I had only a couple reproduction NES games, they feel different. They feel heavier. Some games would feel lighter. NES games are usually a little heavier. So I was like, this feels normal. And at that time, they would use a cartridge casing and slap a new sticker and put a fake board in there. And so I was like, some people say, well, you need to look at the back. So I went to, I think it was Nintendo Age website. I was trying to get the Facebook group. The Nintendo Age Facebook group helped me. I was going through, they're like, oh, check. I showed it. They're like, oh, it might be actually real. I don't know if they were trolling or I'm sure most of them were rooting for me for this damn thing to be real. They were making suggestions, and they made some great suggestions. They're asking me about the waves. Like, it feels normal. They're like, look at the label. Does the little label look fake? I'm like, it's mint, but it doesn't look like blown out, or a lot of times the reproduction label, the end label will peel off. Start peeling up. It always does that. They can never get it right. Probably the cheap glue. I was trying to say, I'll say glue would peel up. So, so when they were like, look at the back label, does it have a certain number? I think it was 21 or something. That stamped in the back label. I was like, yeah. It's like, that's a good sign. I was like, oh, I was 50-50. I was leaning to hope. Obviously, I was hoping it to be real. But, I brought it to my buddy at Nazareth Exchange because I knew he had a security bit to open them up because they dealt with games all the time and they need to open it up and make sure it's real. So when he opened it up, and I didn't see a bunch of EROMs where the ROM chips will have a little glass window. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see no wiring or anything been modified or anything. It looked like a real board. And I think I seen the real board on the internet. So I had a general idea of what it looked like. So, when I saw it, when we flipped the board over and I saw it, I knew it immediately it was real. I was bursting through the seams. Like a $400 to $600 game I picked up for less than $50. And obviously that became my most expensive game to date in the collection. And my buddy, he was like, I think this is still fake, Casey. I don't think it's real. I don't know. I hate to say that I think he tried to scam me. But I think he was, I don't think he was, I mean, if it was other pawn shop people, they probably would have tried to scam me, but he was a good buddy of mine. So I was thinking he was more leery of the board than I was. So, when I was like, whatever, I was like, I see what I see, and I'm happy with it. Because then I finally convinced him. It was like, yeah, I think this is real now. I'm like, because I was like, it just looked legitimately. I mean, it's real hard for nowadays. They have the right board. They would have to sacrifice a lot of things. I mean, they would have to find the right type of board and happen to find the right ROM chip without the window. It has to be the right ROM chip. I'm not saying you couldn't piece together this board, but it would have been a hell of a lot harder than what most people think. And especially when they put, let's say someone did fake it. I mean, they put a hell of a lot of effort to fake it just to turn around and sell it. Honestly, like, that'd be cheap. I bet where they sold it for $45, I'm sure they probably paid $5-10, probably even more to $5, because St. Charles trade value sucked. But I'll probably talk about my other ones at a later date, so I'll talk to you guys later. See you. Bye.